Hello guys, happy to see you on my channel again. Today we are gonna to review this new keyboard. This is ND75 and it's a pretty unique keyboard. So it's a combination of aluminum, gasket mounted, hot swappable and very easy to disassemble keyboard. So it's very friendly for modding, and if you are new to the world of mechanical keyboard, it could be a perfect start for you. First of all, this is a super budget for given quality, and second, it's very easy to disassemble and change the switches, keycaps and internal accessories or foams or layers of this keyboard. So let's do the unboxing, let's do the disassembling, let's do the sound test and in general testing of this keyboard. Let's go. Okay, let's check what we have inside the box as a kit for this keyboard, right? So we have some user manual, we have some set of accessories, which is some screws for top mount. I will explain what does it mean a little bit later. We have a pretty nice, not standard, not boring USB-C cable, right? With this nice cable management piece, wireless dongle, and we have a keyboard itself. And it's pretty hefty, you know, and I have today this gorgeous blue color with a white and blue keycaps and white and blue legends. It looks amazing. For the fans of ND75, or how it's called, it's not so hard to do this. Okay guys, let's take a closer look to this keyboard, right? So from the top side, you can see that we have a pretty standard keyboard. This is 75% layout, right? We have F row, we have funny screen on the right side, right? And basically that's all. On this side we have only USB-C cable, USB-C port for USB-C cable, right? On the bottom side we have this silicone legs. We don't have any adjustable feet, and we have this rough aluminum, which is pretty solid and looks amazing. And also this is a weight bar, and I will show you how to disassemble this in a second. Okay, let's take a closer look to the keycaps first of all, right? So let me show you. This is double shot PBT keycaps, right? You see internal blue part and external white part, that's why it's double shot, and they're cherry profile. From switch point of view, today at least my keyboard, this is a Gateron EF linear switch, and you can see that it's 5 pins. They're super smooth and linear, right? Let me open one and let's check what we have inside. So first of all, what is important for the switch is that they are factory pre-lubed. You can see a lubricant on the rails of stem. Also you can see double spring top housing of the switch with kind of, not kind of, this is a LED diffuser. So RGB should be bright, and this is a bottom part. As I mentioned, there are 5 pins, so it should be very stable in PCB. Let's do the disassembling of this keyboard, especially because it should be very easy, and I will show you all details inside. And basically that's all. And if you are wondering how it's possible, I can tell you that this is hot swappable top part of the top shell of the keyboard, and let me show you in details, but be careful because this cable is very fragile, so do not forget to open the fixing element and just carefully pull it out, and then you can remove the top housing of the keyboard totally, right? Now let me show you in details what we have inside. So this is a back part of the LED display. So we have display on this part, and from the back side this is a plate, right? And why we can easily eject top shell of the keyboard because of this hot swappable approach what these guys applied to this keyboard, and I think it's just gorgeous. On the bottom shell of the keyboard you can see the appropriate mechanism that accepting that hot swappable approach, and that's why you can easily disassemble or assemble this keyboard, right? But let's continue. Now, when you can remove the PCB sandwich, another gorgeous moment of the structure of this keyboard, this magnet connector to the batteries. So you don't need to eject this battery connector, you can just pull out and that's all, you see, because it's on a magnet. I can see this first time in my life, and I believe that this is a real great job of architectures of this keyboard. So what we can see from the structure of this keyboard, right? First of all, we have a bottom PCB foam attached to the PCB itself. Again, it will bring great sound to this keyboard. Then you can see PCB itself, right? And then you can see another layer of foam in between. And now we can see all this magic with gasket mounted structure. So first of all, we have these rings, silicone rings on each corner of the PCB sandwich and in the middle, and from the other side as well. In general, just check this out, how flexible is PCB sandwich. And this is a switch pad, so it makes this even more softer. And also you may notice that this is a south facing RGB. There you go. In this way you can remove this weight bar with rough aluminum pattern, and underneath you will find two batteries. Now, if you are talking about different way how to mount this PCB sandwich inside the aluminum case, you have three different options. Option 1 is already applied this silicone rings, and you can see that they're just exactly on this legs, right? So that's why it's so flexible, because it's basically jumping on the silicone rings. This is option number 1. Option number 2, you have these silicone pins and you can apply them instead of rings. You have a special place for them on a PCB. Here you go. Let me show you closer. And if you will use these pins, they will lay on top of this special spot on the bottom shell, right? So it will jump on this silicone pins. But obviously you need to remove these rings before that, right? Let me show you what does it mean top mounted type of organizing this keyboard. So basically you have top shelf, you need to put your PCB sandwich inside, right? And now you can screw in, you see? Now you can screw in your switch plate into these little holes, and it will be mounted to the top shell of the keyboard, and that's why it's called top mounted approach. Let me assemble it back and let's do the sound test. Okay guys, let's do the first sound test, and this sound test will be with default O-rings without any modification. Now let's do the second test, and let me change the rings for these silicone pins. So let's do the last test, and let me remove all silicone parts and just apply this screw. First of all, let's connect USB-C cable to the port, right? And it will immediately switch on the keyboard, and you will be able to see this information on LCD screen, right? Like initially, what you can do, you can switch using function plus and minus. You can switch between different options of the screen. Let me try to show you closer, right? So you can change the language, you can change the connection, and all of that, right? For example, right now, function enter, you can see that I already connected through USB-C cable, so that's why it's USB-C cable. Function plus, I already selected Windows, and I have changed the language, right, to English. So this is initial steps what you can do. Next, what is a little bit surprise for me, but user manual on official side of this keyboard helps me out. We have hidden switch under right shift, you see. So we have this shift, and again, according to the user manual, we need to switch on the switch. Otherwise it will not work with wireless or Bluetooth mode. And I was really scared that my keyboard is broken because I was not able to switch it on, but apparently this is for transportation purpose, and we need just to move the switch up. And now without cable, because for example I like to use all my keyboards as a wireless keyboards, right? So now I can use this keyboard without a cable. For example, I'm going to use this 2.4 wireless dongle. Now we need to go again to the settings, right, and switch on wireless mode. And now my keyboard is working in a wireless mode. Okay guys, how do you feel after this review? I feel myself really inspired. I'm not saying this often, but this is one of the best keyboards what I have ever tried and reviewed on this channel. Not only because it's very well made, but also the architecture of this keyboard is beautiful. Guys put a lot of brain and passion into this product. So if you are new in the world of mechanical keyboard, welcome, and this would be your best first keyboard. I'm not kidding. And obviously I don't need so much keyboards because I'm doing several reviews per week, and of course I don't need physically so much keyboards. So if you're interested, I can create a giveaway event. I can create separate video with giveaway rules, but I just need to know if it's enough people need this. I can send this keyboard for free to you over United States. Just leave a comment under this video if you want this or not, and if it will be enough people who wish to participate, I will create one more video with the rules and giveaway event, and will send this keyboard to somebody of you.